Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. In this video, we are going to talk about that how to read the data from the JSON file. Whenever we are using the data-driven approach, then I really want to get the data from the JSON file. So far, we have seen that how to get the data from the Excel file using the Apache POI API or CSV file or something like that, or maybe configuration file. But what if interviewer is asking, or you really want to implement that how to get the data from the JSON file? So let's see how to do this. So for example, let's see there is a scenario when you log into this particular application, you are searching for the MacBook. So see, this is my test data number one. This is my search key. And after that, I'm clicking on the product name. Let's see, MacBook Pro. This is my test data number two. So we are landing on this particular page after that. And here I really want to verify that what is the brand of this product and what is the header of the product and how many images are available. So right, multiple test data that we have to supply. But now the product name could be anything. What if tomorrow I'm searching for iMac? The moment I search for iMac, then in that case iMac is coming. Then again for iMac we have only three images available, and again brand equal to Apple, but the header is different. Same thing if I'm doing, let's see, for Samsung. For Samsung, if I'm looking for Samsung Sync Master is the product name. So product is different, only one image is available, and then the brand is not available, or maybe I really want to check the availability this time, or maybe the header is slightly different. Same thing if I again click on maybe something else. Let's see, for example, I'm searching for the Canon. Then in that case, a Canon camera is available, and then the brand equal to Canon, and only three images are available. So we have different varieties of data. So how to validate and how to supply this data from the JSON file. From Apache POI API point of view, we have already seen that how to read the data from the Excel file, multiple videos and multiple n number of courses. Everyone has prepared that. But today we will see how to get the data from the JSON. So the idea here is that same example you can give at a time of interview also. The design what we are going to cover is that first, let's see, this is my JSON file, right? After this JSON file, what we will do, we will create one utility also. This is like, let's see, JSON reader utility kind of thing. With the help of some JSON parser like Jackson or something like this, we are going to use it. And then this utility will get the data from the JSON with the help of what? So we will create one DTO also. Let's see, we will create one POJO class also for that. So this is my POJO class. And this POJO class is actually having the mapping with this particular .json file. Let's see, this is my product.json file, which is available. So against that, we will create this particular POJO. Inside the POJO, what will you have? Inside the POJO, you will have your own private variables, whatever the number of fields of that particular product class, and then all the public uh, getters and setters you are going to create it along with one constructor also. Let's see, you can create it, or you can create a Lombok class also here. And this is my reader. Let's see, this is my something like JSON reader, a utility kind of thing that we are going to create. This will use what? This will use the Jackson. Let's see, we will add one dependency for the Jackson library. Using this particular Jackson library, it will read this particular JSON file with the help of POJO, right? So this is what we are going to talk about it, that okay, it will connect with this particular POJO, and then it will just read this particular JSON file against that, right? So when we write it, then I'll show you how to do that. So here we are going to use some serialization or deserialization. Let's see, this is particular JSON file that we are having it in the POJO. So POJO to JSON that we will convert, and we will supply to this particular JSON reader utility. Then after that, we are going to talk about one, okay, we are going to create one test class with the data provider. And so this is my data provider, which is actually available here. And this is my test, which is available here. And this data provider, which is a DP with the written in testng, and this is my test annotation, which is available here. And this is my test class. Let's see, whatever the test class that you are writing. And this data provider will call this particular utility, and this utility will return something to this particular data provider. It will return what? It will return two-dimension object array, right? So this is the idea, two-dimension object array. And this two-dimension object array will be given to data provider. Data provider will be mapped with this @test annotation in testng. And then we will have, if you really want to create, let's say you're using the page object model, you can create one page class also for the product page.java. So let's see, this is my page class. This page class name, let's see, I'm writing, this is my, let's see, product page dot java file. And here we have all your locators and the functionality and the page methods which are available here. So these are my private, let's see, by locators, right? And here number of public page methods that we are having it over here. And these page methods will be called by the test ng. The test ng will call these methods, and then these page methods will perform something on my application. So this is my application where whatever the web application that you are using it. So this is my web application, and then the actions will be performed over here, like search, then click on MacBook Pro, and then after that check its all the images, brand value, and the header and everything. We will check it over here, and then we will write the assertions here, and then it will be asserted over here. So this is the simple design we are going to write. But this is the main thing that we have to create one JSON file, maintain the data over there. So we will follow the same scenario or similar kind of approach. It can be applied for any other scenario or use case here, right? So this is called a typical data-driven approach with the JSON file. We are going to use it. So I'll do one thing. I'm already having this particular Selenium Java JSON project that I'm already having it. And here I have added Selenium Java and testng here. I just need to add my Jackson data bind library also. So what I'll do, I'll go to Maven and simple search for Jackson data bind Maven. Because Jackson is a very powerful library which will help me to read the data from the JSON, or it will help me for the serialization and the deserialization. So I just simply copy this dependency and then paste it over here and save it. Same dependency we use in RestAssured API also when we do the API automation, right? So simple close this now. Selenium testng already added there. So first I'll do one thing quickly. I'll go to src main Java. But before that, let's do one thing. Right click on your project and let's create a JSON file. JSON file is a non-Java file. So I'm going to create one source folder. So let's see, my source folder is src test resources. Under resources, I'm going to create one, let's see, one folder. So one folder name is, let's see, JSON folder, or let's see, data folder. In this particular data folder, I'm going to maintain one JSON file. So let's say I'm going to create one file, and the file name that I'm going to create product.json. So you see that product.json file, which is available here. And I just need to maintain some data over here. So how will you maintain the data? So I'm going to maintain the data with the help of this array. Inside this particular JSON array, we will write the number of set of data. So first set that I'm writing, that what exactly you need. So I need, first of all, that what is your search key, right? Because this is my search key. When I search something on this particular search bar, let's see, my search key is MacBook. So MacBook related products will be displayed. So my search key is, I'm writing, this is my search key. Let's see, search key. And the search key is MacBook, right? Comma. After that, what is the second data? Second data, you have to select the product. So I'm writing the product name. So let's see here, I'm writing, this is my product name, colon, and the product name is MacBook Pro. Okay, don't do any spelling mistake, MacBook Pro. When you click on the MacBook Pro, how many images are available? So you see 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 images are available. So I'm going to create one more. Here, let's see, one more variable here, or one more JSON attribute here. Image count. Image count is what? Image count is 4 here, right? If you really want to add one more thing, let's see, what is the brand? I really want to verify its brand also. So I'll say, okay, the brand name is colon Apple. It's coming from Apple. So this is my first set of data I have created. So likewise, I can just put a comma, and then I can just copy paste for the second product also, right? Let's see, again, second product is MacBook, but this time the second product name is Air. The key is this for MacBook Air. Let's see how many images are available. So again, you click on it for MacBook Air. So again, for MacBook Air, 4 images are available, and the brand is also Apple. So this is my second set of data. Then what is your third set of data? So let's see, the third set of data is that I search for iMac. So product name is iMac here, IMAC. And how many images are available? Let's see that. So when I search for iMac, number of I click on this product, number of images are only three. See, 1, 2, and 3. So I'll say, yeah, only three images are available, and the product brand is also Apple. And let's try one more. Let's see, Canon or Samsung or whatever. So I'll say, when I search for the Canon, again, you put a comma and then paste it here. I'll say your search key is Canon and the product name is this one. I'll just copy this product name and I'll just paste it over here. And let's see what is the brand. The brand is Canon only. So I'll write this is the Canon, C capital. And how many images are there? So 1, 2, 3 images are available for this product also here. So after that, if you really want to add more and more products, definitely you can add it. So you see that this is a complete a JSON file that I have actually prepared here. Okay, just a second. Product name, image count 3. I just forgot to add one more, image count, search count, and the brand also we have to add it here. So brand, I'm saying this is Canon. Okay, now the error is gone, right? Don't do any formatting mistake. Simple Control Shift F for the formatting and then done. So you see that, okay, this is the full JSON array that we have created. 4 different products are available. Product number 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can increase it. It's up to you. Same way, if I really want to maintain in my Excel file or CSV file, 4 columns I have to maintain and 4 rows I have to maintain here. But this is the JSON format. Now we have to read this particular JSON, but before reading it, if you see the design, we have to create a POJO class. So simple how to create that. In order to create the POJO, I'll go to src main Java. Let's create a package here because this is not a test class. So I'm creating a POJO package. Inside this POJO package, I'm going to create my DTO class, or you can say the POJO class. So this is my, let's see, the product class, product DTO.java or project.java, whatever you want to create, you can create that. So let's see, this is my product data class, giving a nice name and how many fields that we are having it. So here we have to maintain how many fields? 4 fields, right? Search key, product name, and the image count and the brand. These are the 4 variables that we have to maintain. I'll do one thing, brand, I'm making it be small here because I'm following the same naming convention here. I mean, that's okay. You can write capital brand also, whatever the key name that you really want to write. But I'm already, writing the first letter of the name is small letter. Okay, so I'm writing the small brand here. Now here, variable name, you can write anything. So let's see here, I'm writing, but whatever the name that you are already writing here, better you follow the same thing here. So here I'm writing, this is my private string search key. And likewise, I'm going to create 4 total variables. One is a search key. Second one is what? Second one is a product name and then the image count. So let's see, simple copy and then paste it here. And image count again, copy and paste it here. And here, this is for integer. So here I'm writing, sorry, image count is for integer. And here I'm writing the string once again. And this is the brand. Brand is Apple. So this is the brand. Perfect. So these are the 4 different variables that I have created. If you really want to use Lombok, you can add the Lombok annotations. If you don't have Lombok, that's okay. You can just simple generate your own source also from here. So generate getters and setters, and let's see, generate toString also, or generate constructor also, you can do that. So let's see, I'm just generating the constructor using field, although constructor is not needed. So we can avoid that. I'm directly generating I'm directly generating the getter and setter. So simple click on generate getters and setters, select all, and all the public getters and setters will be created here, right? Typical encapsulation with the POJO. So 4 private variables, and then for every single private variable, we have created one getter, one setter, one getter, one setter here. So this is my DTO class or POJO class. Okay. After that, what we have to do, we have to create this particular utility. How to create this utility? This is, we have to use with the help of Jackson API, right? So let's see how to do that. So again, I'll go to src main Java. I'm going to create another package here. So let's say this is my util package. Under this particular util package, See guys, we are not designing the full-fledged framework here. We are just creating this spatial design, the data-driven approach. The same approach, you can use it in your framework also. This utility and everything I'll share in my GitHub URL. In the GitHub repository, you can just simply take the code from there as well. So let's see, this is my JSON data reader or JSON reader, whatever you want to give. This is the JSON data reader utility that I'm going to create. In this utility, first of all, that I'll do one thing. See this carefully. We have to create a method. And the method name that I'm going to create, let's see, start with, let's see, one public static method that I'm going to create. And let's see, initially it is void in nature. And then here I'm writing, let's see, read JSON as, let's see, data provider. Okay, this is the method name. This method says, okay, fine, you give me what? Give me the path of your JSON file, right? I don't want to supply the hard-coded value of only for product, right? Only for product.json, because now tomorrow you really want to create registration.json, login.json. So this method should read the data from any kind of JSON, right? So this is the first thing that I'm going to supply. And the second thing that I'm going to use it here, as a second parameter that I'm going to use it here, see, we have to supply the type reference also. So type reference is actually coming from where? See, type reference is actually coming from this JSON API. So type reference we have to supply. It means what is your DTO file name or POSO file name, right? That is what we have to supply it over here. And then here we are going to provide the generics here that it will be the array. So we are going to write the list and then any type of array we can supply that. So we are writing the T over here and then creating a reference variable name. Let's see, type reference variable name. This is what I have created here. List is coming from java.util. So simple import java.util from there, right? So this is what, let's see, we have written. And then obviously it will return something. So as I told you that this method will return what? This method will return the two-dimension object array, the utility. So here I'm writing that please return the two-dimension object array from here, right? And then we have to provide the generics also. So before that, just simple write any type of T over here as well. Now we have to return something in the form of two-dimension object array. So let's see how to do that. So first of all, that here I'm going to create the object of mapper class, right? So simple, let's create the object of object mapper. Object mapper is a class which is coming from JSON API. So simple create object mapper, mapper is equal to new object mapper. Okay, see this simple. Then simple import the object mapper from the JSON data bind library from there. Once this is done, we have to create what? Using this particular mapper, we have to use one method which is called the read value method. See this read value. This read value method says, okay, fine, give me the file. Which file? The file path that we are already passing it here. So here I'll say, take this particular file path that we will supply when I call this particular method. So file path that I'm going to use it. And then the second parameter of this method is that, see, this is what it says, give me the class. So against that particular JSON, which DTO or which POSO class that you have created. So what is my POSO class name? My POSO class name is the product data here. So it is actually doing what? It will converting this particular, okay, getting this particular JSON and then reading this particular JSON and then mapping with this particular POSO class. Okay, so we have to give this particular, whatever the type reference that we have taken, type reference, we have to supply it over here. Don't supply only product, because now the product data or this POSO class can be anything. So as simple say, okay, read value, and then that's it. So it is actually converting the POSO to the, sorry, JSON to the POSO. Okay, so this is like kind of deserialization. We are doing it here. Now mapper.read value method, it might give you an exception. So surround with the multi try catch block. So let's see, add with the try catch block also here. And this read value method will return what? See, this read value method, it says, I'll give you the list over here. So can I store it inside the list reference variable? I'll say list. It can be any type of data in the generics. And here I'm writing, let's see, data list equal to this, right? Once this is ready, after that, now the entire data is available here. Okay. Now, once this particular data is available here, what we will do, because ultimate target is that we have to return the two-dimension object array. So I will initialize my two-dimension object array. Let's see two-dimension object array. And let's see, this is the result that I'm going to write it here, right? So two-dimension object array result, and then I'm going to create a new object over here. This is how in Java we initialize the array. And the array, the first size that I'm going to give, what is the, let's see, the row size. So I'll say whatever the data list here dot size that I'm going to give it here. And the second part, that column value, you can just simple make it 1 here, right? So simple data list dot size and then supply 1 here. Then after that, this particular two-dimension object array is ready. And then what we have to do? Then we have to write a for loop because we have to iterate it. So I simple create one for loop, and let's see simple integer I equal to 0. And then I is less than this particular data list dot size that we are having it, this particular list that we have captured, I plus plus, and then do what? And then we have to keep filling this particular 2D array. So I'll just simple fill it. What? Result. This is I equal to 0. 0th row and 0th column is equal to what? Is equal to whatever the data list that we are having it, because in this list we are having the data. So use this particular get method and supply I over here, and that's it, right? And once this entire for loop is completely done, in this particular, this 2D array is completely filled, we just need to return what? We just need to return the two-dimension object array, this result from here, right? So this is the result that we have to return. If any kind of exception is coming, it will come inside the exception, and then inside the catch block, then we are going to return what? Then we are going to return a new dimension object array, once again 2D array, but this time we are saying 0 0 here, right? Like this. So this is a simple utility. It's only one time effort that you have to put it. I quickly repeat: create the object mapper class object, use this particular read value for the deserialization. Okay, see method to deserialize JSON content from the given file. So it will deserialize it. And then after that, we have to create one a two-dimension object array, write one for loop, and then fill it over here, and then return it. That's it. Once this is ready, this utility is ready. This utility will work for any kind of JSON now, right? Okay. Now after that, what should I do? Now after that, we have to create our test class or the page class. So I'll do one thing. I simple come back here, and then I'm going to create one package. Okay, let's create a package. Package name is, let's see, pages. Naming convention you can follow according to your project. This is a pages package that I have created, and I'm going to create, let's see, a class. The class name is, let's see, this is my what? This is my, let's see, product page.java. Okay. I'm not creating the full-fledged page object model here because otherwise we will divert the topic. So I'll say, okay, fine. What exactly you want to verify here? So I'll take a couple of things here, that first of all, that I'm going to maintain its own private driver reference here, right? And after that, here I'm going to import the WebDriver, and then I'm going to maintain its product page class constructor also. So let's create one project page class constructor here. This constructor says, okay, fine, you give me the driver reference. And the same this dot driver that we are going to use it here. This dot driver is equal to driver here. So let's quickly create a method. Okay, first of all, that we have to maintain the locators as well before the method. So I'll do one thing. I maintain my private by locators also. So here I'm writing private final by. Now please cover why we are using private, why we are using final, because this is a page class. In the page class, all the locators should be private and the constant, right, according to the page object model. So private final by, and what is the locator name? Let's see the first locator name that we are writing, that what is the header here? Whatever the header, I really want to capture that. So I simple inspect this guy, and here you see the header is actually available with h1 tag, and then I'll fetch its value. So I simple write that, okay, yeah, there is a product header is equal to by dot tag name that I can use it, and the tag name is h1. Second variable that I'm going to write by locator, and Let's see product images. So images variable is equal to by dot. Let's see how many images are available. Let's inspect that. So you see that there are li number 1, li number 2, li number 3. So three images are available. Under li we have img tag. Under li we have you see that the second li also having the img tag, and the third li also having the img tag here. So can I do one thing, that I can just simply use this particular ul class equal to thumbnails, or a class equal to thumbnail, that also I can use it. So right, I can quickly create one CSS selector. So I'll write, okay, a dot thumbnail, and under that there is one uh, direct img is available. So here I'm writing one img, which is giving me one of three. See, these three images are available. So same CSS selector will work for other product also. Let me quickly check that. I'm checking for the MacBook and clicking on the MacBook Pro. And here for MacBook Pro, 4 images are available. So let's see, this it's giving me 4 images or not. Yes, you can see the 4 images are available. Perfect. So I got this particular image by using what? By using the CSS selector here. This is the first thing. And another thing is that I really want to know what is your brand. So you see that brand and then Apple, which is written with UL and the LI and then this one. So can I do one thing, that under this particular UL, give me the first LI, right? So I just simple say, hey, there is a UL. I can write one XPath here. Let's see, UL at the rate class is equal to this one, although it's giving me one of a 13. So I'll do one thing. I have to go to this particular UL, right? This particular UL. This UL is actually available where? This UL is actually available. Let's do one thing. Let me inspect this particular UL one more time. This UL is actually available under this particular div, or I can say this is actually available under this particular div ID equal to content, right? So I'll do one thing under this particular div. So right now I'm not focusing much on the XPath and all that. You guys can improve the XPath. Div ID equal to content. Now it's giving me only two ULs, number 1 and number 2. We have to go to the first one. So let's see, I'm just going to the first one here. So I'll provide a capture group here, and then I'll pass the index that go to the first one. So now we have reached only for this guy. And then after that, just fetch the first LI. So I'll say, okay, there is one first total number of LIs, number 4. And then if I supply the 1, then it's giving me the first LI over here. Can you see that here? When you apply the first LI, you will get brand colon Apple, because I really want to focus on the brand colon Apple, right? That also you can use it, or you can directly use LI where the text is equal to brand, and then under that, whatever A is available, that also you can use it, right? It's up to you how exactly you want to use. You can use LI and then capture A and then capture its text. That also you can use it. Okay. But let's see, I'm using this particular XPath, right? So I'll just copy this. Definitely we can improve the XPath. So right now I'm not focusing on this. Otherwise, we will directly like diverting the topic actually here. So final by, and then here I'm writing, give me the brand. So this is the brand locator by using the XPath, and this is the XPath that we are going to use it here. Okay, just simple paste it here. And this one. On this XPath, we will use dot get text. So what should I do? Now I have to create my locators. Sorry, page actions. So my first page action is that get page, or let's see, get header. Let's see, get product header. How will you get the product header? So we are going to write my driver dot find element, which locator, the header locator dot get text method that I'm going to use it, and then return. So instead of void, I'm going to write a string here, right? Second method that I'm going to write, see, small methods, because we just need to check the data driven approach. So obviously we need some pages so that we can perform the action on it. So public void, what is the second one? The second one is that get product images. How many images are available? So I simply say return what? Return driver dot find elements. And then I'm going to write the images dot size here, because this will give you list of web element, and apply the dot size. So instead of void, I'm going to write int here. Okay, you want to apply some explicitly weight, that also you can do that. And the last one that I'm going to use, that public void get product brand. What is the brand of the product? So this is a brand of the product. Here I'm writing return driver dot find element brand dot get text method that I'm going to use it here. So brand will give you what? See, this XPath is actually giving me the first LI. If I apply the get text, it will give you brand colon Apple together, right? So this is giving me brand and colon together. So I'll do one thing. I'll just want to use only Apple. So brand colon and the Apple, it will give it to you. I just want to fetch only Apple. So in that case, I simply say, instead of writing like this, I'll store it. Let's see, this is the brand value equal to this. So can I break this brand value? So brand value is coming like this. Brand colon Apple, right? It's coming like this. See, brand colon Apple. I want only Apple. So what should I do? Can I use, okay, brand value dot split? And then after that, you have to split on the basis of what? Split on the basis of colon, right? So this will become what? Split will give you the string array. So brand will be 0 and Apple will be 1. So I'm not bothered about the brand. I'm bothered about the Apple. So I'll say, give me the first value if any spaces are available, remove the space using trim and then return, right? So, and then I'm writing the string over here. That's it. Only 3 methods, simple methods I have written just to check this functionality. Now after that, we have to do what? See, this product page is ready. Reader is ready, POJO is ready, JSON is ready. We just need to quickly create one test class with test method and the data provider. So let's quickly come back here. So under SRC test Java, I'm going to create one package. So let's see, this is my test package. Under this test package, I'm going to create a class. What is the class name? Class name that I'm going to write, let's see, product page test, right? This will be my test ng class. And here I'm going to do what? The same thing, before, after. You can create before, after in the, okay, in the base test also, if you really want to use it. I'm directly writing it here that this is my before test annotation that I'm going to write. This is the hook. And then here I'm going to write, this is my setup method. Inside the setup method, what you want to do, I'll do one thing. I'll maintain its own driver here. Import that. And the driver is equal to what? Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. If you really want to use multiple browser, then you can write if else or the switch case conditions. That also you can do it. So you see that driver equal to new Chrome driver, and then I'm saying driver dot what? Then I'm saying driver dot get method, and then we have to enter the URL. So what is the URL? The URL of this application that we are going to start with. See this. We have to start with the login page. I'm not directly jumping on this page. So this is the, this is the login page. Okay, we start from here. We will log in and then we will perform the search. So let's come back here. Driver.get method we have used. After driver.get, you have to do what? After driver.get, you have to enter the username and the password also. Right. So I'll do one thing. I'll just enter my username password. Let's see, in your framework, you must have some login page and login method you have already written. So we are assuming you have already written some utility for that. So we are not creating that utility unnecessary right now. So I simply say driver dot find element by dot ID and then ID of that particular element that I'm going to use it here. So I simply inspect that element. And let's see, I really want to ID is this input hyphen email. So let's quickly log in here. Dot what? Dot send keys and I'm going to use this particular username, and then same thing for the password also I'm going to use it. So driver dot find element input hyphen password, and the password is Selenium at the rate, okay, at the rate 12345 is the password. You can create any username password for this application. And then we have to click on login button also, driver dot find element by dot xpath, because for login button, you see that here, there is no ID. So I can do one thing. I can just simple copy the xpath from here. Okay. So you can create this xpath and then simple do a dot click here. When you do a dot click, now we are here. We have successfully logged in. Click on login. Okay, I'm not creating the page class for see these pages because it will take unnecessary time for us, right? In this session, we are not going to bother about how will you log in, how to create the utility for the login, and how will you perform the search. We are directly writing a simple plain script so that we can directly reach or we can reach to the product page. So let's see, this is my test that is written. This is my precondition. And then I'll write at the rate after test annotation here that once everything is done, simple do what? This is my tier down method. And then I'll write driver dot quit here, quit the browser. Perfect. And in between that, I'm going to write my test with the steps. So my first at the rate test annotation here, let's see, I'm writing public void what? So I simple write public void, let's see, product data test or info test, product information test. I really want to test it, right? So what we have to do first, we have already landed on the login page. So we are going to perform the search over here, right? So in order to perform the search, what should I do? Here I'm writing driver dot find element by dot, let's see, name is the variable of the search field. You see that there is a name available. So I'll just copy the name and name of the search field and then dot send keys. But the question is that what will you supply? This is what we have to supply, right? Some name that we have to supply here. But the name that we have given in the JSON file, see this, I want to supply MacBook as a search key. So now we have to do what? Now we have to create a data provider, which will supply the data for me. So here I'm going to create another method that is public void. Let's see, get product test data method. This will help me to get the data from the JSON. And this will be annotated with data provider here, right? And here, this method will do what? This method will use this particular JSON data reader and then call this particular utility that we have created. Which one? Read JSON as data provider. What is your file path? And now we have to give the full file path. So file path, let's see, I'm giving here. Later on, this file path you can maintain in some constant file. That's okay. So here I'm saying this is my product.json. Right click on it, go to properties and copy the file path from the src. Right. And then here, this is the file path here. Don't forget to write dot and forward slash. Dot means start from the root of the project. After that, go to src test resources, then data folder, and then the product.json. And what is the type reference that we have to supply? Now see this, the type reference we have to supply is new because this is what? Now this is the product.json is the array, right? So we have to supply in the form of type reference with the list. So here I'm writing, this is my type reference. See this type reference is actually coming from where? This is actually coming from, you see that here, from the Jackson library. So use this one. And then it says we have to supply the list of T. T is what? Now T is the POJO class. The POJO class name is product data here. So we have to write product data here. Okay, this one. And then let me just write it in one line here like this. Okay, just a second. Okay, like that. And then put a semicolon here. So this is the thing that you have to use it. Now let me import that list. We have to import from java.util. So java.util. Product data is also coming from a different package. So import from the POSO package. This is the import is done. And then error is gone. So this is the thing that we have to use it here. And after that, once it's done, because this method is giving me what? See, this method says, I'll give you the 2-dimension object array. This is what in TestNG we do, that all the data providers will return 2-dimension object array. So instead of void, what I'll write, I simply say object 2-dimension object array here. Right now, this data provider will supply this data. We will supply the data to this particular test method. So what should I do? Simple write data provider is equal to, in double quote, write your data provider name here. Right. So we are writing the data provider name. Now it will return what? So it will return the data here. So this first data will be given to the test method in the form of what? In the form of product DTO. So in the form of the object of the product data, with the first set of data will be given. So what should I do now? As a holding parameter, we have to maintain what? So as a holding parameter, we have to maintain this is my product data and create the reference of product here. With the help of this reference, I can use my getter and setter and then start getting the data from there. So I simply say, okay, fine, product what? After send keys, right? So which method you really want to use it now? So product dot, and then we have to use get what? Whatever the data that we have used, like for the search key. So here I'm saying get the search key here. See, no hard coded value, right? So for the first row, for the first set, search key is MacBook, product name is MacBook Pro, image count and brand will be given to this entire product. And then after that, with the help of getter, I can use it. After that, what do you want? After that, I really want to click on the search icon. So driver dot find element by dot, let's see, for the search icon after entering the MacBook, right? We have to click on the search icon also. So let's quickly inspect that. This search icon, which is written with the button under this div ID. So I can quickly create one CSS selector here, that a div hash ID. And then there is one indirect button. So simple use this button and type equal to button also if you want to write, that's okay. So I simple say, okay, click on that. So I simple write by dot CSS selector here and then dot click here. Okay. Later on, you can move this entire driver methods for the search. You can create a search page.java in your page object. Okay. That we are not doing it. This entire 3 lines of code, you can move it to the login page class. That you can do it later when you design the proper page object model. Okay. That we are not focusing on this thing as of now. Right. So get search key and then click on that. Then after that, when I click on it, what we have to do? We have to select the product MacBook Pro. So again, I'm writing driver dot find the element by dot what? See, this is a link, right? MacBook Pro is a link. You see that? So I can use by dot link text. See, if you try to inspect that guy, I'll say, hey, I want to click on this. So by dot link text that I can use it, right? So I simply say by dot link text, but what is the text? This text is coming from where? This text is again coming from the product dot get what? Get the product name. Which product name? The product name from here, MacBook Pro. Perfect. So this is also fine. Then find element and do what? Do a dot click also. So dot click on this product. See, no hard coded value. No test data is hard coded here. Then when I click on this MacBook Pro, after that, what do you want? After that, now we are on the product information page. So for that, we have already written a page class, how to call these 3 methods. In order to call these 3 methods, you can create the object of product page here. So let's do that. So I'm creating the product page is equal to what? Okay, new product page, similar kind of thing that you use in your page object model, right? Supply the driver there. And my driver is already available here. I supply the same driver here and then import the product page. And by using this particular product page, what we have to do? By using this product page dot, which method that you really want to use? I really want to use that. First thing, I really want to verify the header. I want to fetch the header. So I simply say, okay, fine, dot get what? Get the product header. So this is giving me the actual header. So can I store it inside the string actual header equal to this? Right? Second thing that I'll say, product page dot get what? Give me the brand name also. So it is giving me what? This method will be called where we have written the split and all those things. It will giving me the Apple, whatever the brand name is available. So I'll say, okay, this is giving me the actual brand equal to this, like Apple or something. Then again, I'm writing product page dot what? Give me the image count also, like total number of images. So this is giving me the actual images. You see that it is returning the product images on the basis of images that we have written here. On the basis of the CSS, it will give you the total number of images. So here I'm storing inside the product images equal to this. I'll say this is my actual product image count or actual product images count equal to this. Now we just need to write the verification assertions that we have to write. So 3 assertions that I'm going to write. You can write soft assert also or hard assert also. So let's see, I'm writing a soft assert class is equal to soft assert. Generally, when we write multiple assertions, use soft assertions. So here I'm writing soft assert is equal to new soft assert class object that you create. And then here I'm going to write, this is my soft assert dot what? We have to compare it. So we have to write soft assert dot assert equals actual versus expected. I'll say this is my actual header. And what are you expecting? I'm expecting the header name is what? For me, the header name is the product name, right? So I'll do one thing. I'm expecting that use this particular product reference variable, this one, which is coming from the data provider, coming from the JSON. So product dot what? Dot getter, use the product name here. So likewise, I can write other assertions also. I'll say, okay, fine, give me the actual brand name is equal to what? So again, I'm writing that get what? Get the brand over here. And then I'm writing another assertion, the last assertion for the image count. And this is the actual product image count is giving me the image count from where? Again, from the JSON. This is the image count. You see that the first method, which is also giving me the integer. See, no hard coded, nothing. And that's it. And once this is done, I'll use my soft assert reference dot assert all, and that's it. Right? So I hope this will work. So let's run it and let's see, is it really working or not? So here I'm running this particular test. This test should run 4 times because we have 4 set of data available here. So let's see, is it really working or not? If everything looks, whatever we have written correctly, it should work fine. I never tested it, but let's see. Oops, it's giving me some error. No such field port. Okay, it's problem with my testng. So let me just downgrade the testng version because this 711, whatever I'm using it, right? It is not compatible with my Java version. So let's say I'm using some 770. Okay, let me just run it again. Okay, so let's see, it should launch the browser. It should go to the login page. And then it's entering a username. See, searching for MacBook, but there is a small bug. Did you notice? See, I'm running it and observe the search field. It's working fine, 99%, absolutely working fine. But you observe the search field. I'm running it again. And you see the search after login, MacBook, not clearing the MacBook, again MacBook. So obviously MacBook, iMac, Canon. So we have to clear the field and then we have to enter the value, right? So here, this is a thing that we have to use it here, that first you clear the search field and then enter the value. So here I'm writing dot clear also here. Clear it and then enter the value. And then you run it again. So let's see what happens. Okay, see this search MacBook, clicking on MacBook. Again, search MacBook here. iMac, Canon, see. And the test is absolutely working fine for the different set of data here. So you see that same product info test running first time, second time, third time, and the fourth time without any problem here. Right? So you can just simply see it is absolutely working fine 4 times for 4 different rows or 4 different set of data there. Right? So yeah, if you really want to write the proper logs, that also you can do it. So what we can do, see this, I can do one thing, system.out.println. So here I'm writing the data used for this particular product. I can print this particular product as a reference, and then I can see for which product it is actually working. See, the problem is that if I run this now once again, when I try to print at line number 41, product reference variable directly, it might give you the memory address of that reference. See, it's working fine, but let it complete first. Then I'll show you on the console. Here you see that it's printing data use this one. I'm not getting any idea what is this, right? So what should I do here? I have to I have to override the toString method in my POJO class. So I'll simply go to my POJO class and then do what? Because we know that, okay, all the classes are having one parent class, one super class, that is the object class. So from the object class, I'm going to override one method, simple go to source and generate toString method and then click on generate. So you see that toString method. So now it will print for this particular set of data, search key, what is your search key, what is your product name, image count, and the brand, it will give it to you. Now I'm going to run it again. It will give you the proper result. So let's run it and let's see again. On the UI, it's absolutely working fine, but for the logging purpose to display the proper data on the console, we will see is it really working fine or not. Now you see that here also the, okay, that issue is fixed. You see that product data. Now you can clearly see product data search equal to MacBook, product name is equal to this, MacBook Air, iMac, and the Canon. Perfect. And on the console also, you see that what kind of data that you used for 4 different set. And here also you are getting the same thing here. Perfect. So this is absolutely working fine. If you really want to see testng HTML report also, simple right click on it and go to refresh the project and then open the test output folder. Open this index.html file, right click on it, go to properties, copy the path of this file, and you can check it in your favorite browser. And you see that here, passed data here. I mean, 4 test cases got passed here, passed method with the specific data. It's absolutely displaying properly without any problem. Right. So same thing, you can check it for the index.html, and there is one more HTML file is read, emailable report.html. That also you can see it. 4 time test case got passed with the different 4 set of data. And the data is properly visible here. So that's why that toString method is very, very important for us in the POJO class. Okay, this one. Otherwise, it will always display, reference name at the rate some memory address. That I don't want to do that. So I hope this is clear. According to the disk design, we can use it. Now you can create n number of JSON files and create the respective POJO class, and the same JSON reader will work anywhere for any kind of JSON. It will work for that. I hope this is clear. Okay, so with this video, we finished that how to get the data from the JSON file to apply the data-driven approach in my framework. Framework could be anything, page, object, model, design pattern, or with API framework or Selenium or anything. But this is the standard approach that we always use it here. Same thing at a time of interview also, you can explain that. Okay, so I'll share this entire code of this project in my Git repository. The repository URL I'll share in the description and the first comment of this video. You want to practice, you can get it from there. If you have any questions, feel free to add in the comment section of this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all, guys.